Hi, internet people. I wanted to record another video for you guys since it's the weekend. This time I want to talk about fandoms, one of the fandoms I've been involved with for a few years. It's Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who so much. You have no idea. I have so many fandom t-shirts with Doctor Who pictures on them, and other fandoms too, but Doctor Who is amazing. I was first introduced to it by one of my roommates a few years ago. It was my sophomore year of college, and one of my two roommates was a big fan of Doctor Who. She had uh, seen it and loved it, and I knew about it. I had seen one clip from the episode Blink in season 3, and that was the episode that I started with. So I'm like, ooh, I saw it with her, and she had seen it before, but we were both freaked out still, even though she was familiar with it. We were both like clutching each other and like freaking out because of all the scary moments. Go see it. You won't regret it. It's amazing. Don't see it by yourself, maybe at night. Don't do it. But go watch it like during the day when it's very light outside. Anyway, Doctor Who, I love it so much. I've I started watching it in, I want to say, like 2011 or 2010, somewhere around there. Like I said, I first saw Blink, which didn't have much of the Doctor in it, but it was still really good, and I wanted to see more. From there, I went back to the Ninth Doctor's season 1 in 2005, after it had restarted, after they restarted the series, and I remember just being like, this is okay, but God, the special effects kind of suck. But I stuck with it, and I'm really glad that I did. And I went into it not knowing what the series was about, not really knowing that the Doctor was a Time Lord, and that he was the last of his kind, and that, he traveled through time and space in his TARDIS spaceship that was a blue box. I didn't really know all of that. So it was all very new to me, and I'm really glad I had that experience of not knowing those things before I started watching, because it just added to the mystery for me. I'm just like, who is this Doctor? What's a Time Lord? Why is he traveling through space? Why is he the only one left? Blah blah blah. And so, yeah, I went back. I watched the whole Ninth Doctor's season. Loved it so much. I just fell in love with the Doctor and Rose and Mickey and Jack Harkness and just everything that went down. And some of it was strange, but some of it just remained awesome. And all leading up to that finale of that first season of the Ninth Doctor, of his only season, which, when I first started the Ninth Doctor season, I'm like, I want to get through this so I can get to the 10th Doctor, because I'm like, I really want to see more of the 10th Doctor, because I really liked it from Blake, and now this is kind of a letdown. But it grew on me. It grew on me a lot, that season with the Ninth Doctor, and I loved it so much. And by the end of that season, it was sad to see the Ninth Doctor go. And to this day, I think he is really, really underappreciated. And I think some people, it's not that some people don't like him, it's that they don't like the season he was in. The computer effects weren't that spectacular. Some of the stories might have been kind of silly or weird, but that's okay. I think it's okay that it wasn't perfect and it didn't have all these snazzy effects like a movie would, because I don't know, Doctor Who started in the 60s and it went through the 70s and 80s, and they didn't have the greatest effects. It was okay, and I think now I don't mind if the effects look cheesy, or if I can totally tell that it's fake or cheap. I don't care. It's okay. I can still have fun, and I can still fall in love with the story and the characters. So, yeah, I thought of rewatching one or more of the Ninth Doctor's episodes, and I probably will, and like do reviews of them, because it's been a while since I've seen those. But yes, I will. But after I'm done, like, doing videos of all the Doctors that I've seen. Anyway, back to the Ninth Doctor. I really loved him and Rose, and everything they experienced, and all leading up to that finale where that two-part, we finally find out what Bad Wolf is. And spoiler, there's going to be a ton of spoilers in these videos, so spoiler alert now. Just so when we find out who Bad Wolf is and what that means, oh man, my mind was blown. I was like, what? Oh my god, like, what is happening? And I just remember just being so transfixed and just being like, this is amazing. I love it so much. I mean, the whole season had been building. I think it got progressively better as I kept watching it. So by the time I got to that finale, my first Doctor Who finale, that I was just like, oh man, how's this gonna turn out? And what's gonna happen? And so it's just so much. I mean, Rose as Bad Wolf, the Doctor sending her away initially, like before we found out she was Bad Wolf, her trying to get back, and her, just explaining how passionately, like, what the Doctor means to her, and how traveling from this has, like, changed her life and changed her outlook. I just love that a lot. And so, that whole finale, just, like, amazing. And obviously, of course, even then, my little fangirl heart, and my shipper heart, let's be honest here, really loved, obviously Doctor saved Rose from dying from the vortex being in her head, because the human's not meant to handle that. So, of course, I loved when he kissed her and was able to absorb that and then put the vortex back where it belonged. And I just remember freaking out about that. And then after I saw the episode, I was just, like, obviously telling my roommate, oh, I love this. And they kissed, and it was so awesome. Ah! But, yeah, so that whole first season, I feel like I need to watch it all again. And just relive the amazing moments. The fun, the seriousness, the goofiness, let's be honest here, just all of that, loved it a lot. And then obviously the Doctor regenerates after that one season, and we see David Tennant. Now, you'd think I'd be really, really happy to see the 10th Doctor at that point. I kind of was. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're to the 10th Doctor now, cool. But I remember, like, at that point, after seeing a whole season with the 9th Doctor, I got attached to him, and I was really starting to like him, and so when we see the 10th Doctor, initially I'm like, okay, well, I guess you'll do, And then as I kept watching and kept going, and I saw, that Christmas special, and still warming up to David Tennant, totally empathizing with Rose, who misses her Doctor, and just like, oh, this is changing, and I don't like it, and stuff. And so, obviously, that led into the 10th Doctor season 2, which is, I love that season a lot. I've seen a lot of the episodes repeatedly. So, yeah. And so the 10th Doctor, the 10th Doctor is my Doctor. He's my favorite. David Tennant is amazing and wonderful and brilliant. And I just, I love his season so much. Season 2, his season with Rose, and everything there was amazing. I've seen the first, at least the first 2 or 3 episodes a lot. I like those maybe the most. And I like the 4th one, School Reunion, and seeing Sarah Jane, which I hadn't seen any of the classic Who episodes at this point. I've seen some now, but back then I hadn't. But I knew she was, like, part of those previous episodes. So it was neat to have that tie to the past. And I thought it was really cool how Rose and her kind of started out, not really liking each other, not really knowing what to make of the other, but then bonding and being friends. And that was awesome to see that happen, to see that develop. And oh man, I could just ramble for a really long time. I'll probably do, like, videos about each Doctor after I rewatch their episodes, but right now I'm just gonna, like, go on for a little bit. I'll try not to make this too long, but I could really talk a lot about this. But yeah, season 2 went on. I just loved it more and more. I think at that point when I first saw it, like, some of the scarier episodes really freak me out. They don't freak me out anymore, thank God. But like especially that 2-parter in season 2, like the Impossible Planet and the Satan Pit. Oh gosh, that creeped me out so much. But I mean, now I think those episodes are like really, really good ones. But yeah, so that helped. It was really neat to see the 10th Doctor and Rose and their dynamic go on. Going back a little bit to that school reunion, that 4th episode in season 2, Rose kind of confronting the Doctor, be like, because she knows about Sarah Jane, she knows that he kind of like abandoned Sarah Jane, or he kind of just dropped her off and never thought of her again. She's like, are you going to do that to me, or did you do that to all your companions? Do we mean so little to you? And he's just like, no, I'd never do that to you. But he also explains that, he's kind of immortal. He's going to live a lot longer than she will, a lot longer than the average human. So, it's a heartbreaking reality, and I think for maybe the first time, I think that it just struck me, like, how sad that is. But anyway, I grew to love the 10th Doctor, and going through that whole season, and by the end, I remember, like, watching that first half of the 2-parter at the end. More spoilers, sorry. The 2-parter at the end, and just hearing Rose's narration and everything, just being like, what? She's gonna die? No! And I think me being the, like, I don't know what you want to call it, I'm not even sure what the word is, but me being me, I think I looked up that actress on IMDb and saw that wasn't her last episode, so I'm like, yes, she doesn't die. So, yeah, I know, shame on me. But, hearing that narration for the first time and not knowing anything, like, I'm like, what? Wait, what? She's gonna die? No, she can't die. I can't take it. But then as it went on, I saw what really happened. But her and the Doctor get separated, and they don't see each other for a while, and it's just like, it broke my heart so into tiny little pieces. It just, it made me really, really sad. And I think even a while after that, and even to an extent now, if I watch those episodes again, I have to, like, psych myself up because I know how sad it's going to be. Even knowing what happens later, like, it still makes me really, really sad. But, yeah, so I probably shouldn't talk more. I'll probably save the rest of the 10th Doctor and the other Doctors for a later video. But, yeah, also in season 2, they have that episode with an alternate universe, kind of alternate timeline where Rose's father lives and is successful, and and Rose wants to see him. She wants to see her parents, and all of that, and it's different than what she expected. And but I love her and the Doctor going undercover at that party. It just tickles me, and especially when, like, her mom, she hears her alternate universe mom calling out Rose, and then instead of like a daughter coming in, it's like a little dog. And the Doctor just like starts laughing, and he looks at Rose's face, and he's just like, sorry. And oh man, Doctor, will you ever learn? But another thing I liked in that episode was Mickey kind of coming into his own more, like meeting his alternate universe self. It was way different than the Mickey we know and love, and just and then finally when that Mickey dies, our Mickey, like, taking up his place and deciding to do something and deciding to think for himself and staying in that universe and continuing the fight, and I love that a lot. And then seeing those people again in the finale kind of was a nice bookend to that season, I think. Yeah, so that's kind of all I should probably talk about today. I don't want to make these videos too terribly long, because then they'd be really long, and I don't know if anyone would watch them. So I'll definitely talk more in later videos. I might make another one tomorrow, I don't know. But I'll definitely be talking more about Doctor Who and other fandoms, as there's so many fandoms and characters I'm going to talk about. So thank you very much for watching if you watched this whole thing. Yeah, Doctor Who, love it so much. It's amazing. It's gripped me emotionally, and it's really become one of my favorite shows in the world, and I really should watch it more, honestly. So I'm really glad I was introduced to it, so thank you to my previous roommate. Yeah, so I like and subscribe if you haven't already, and hope you enjoyed this video. So thank you very much for watching. Bye.